Midnight Muse is here. I know usually I have 2 videos up in a week. This week it is only going to be one. And I mean, it is Thursday, so. Yes, I know I've sometimes done a Thursday and Friday if I've had a hectic week. I am not updating this week for a different purpose. Went through a really hard week this week. I lost somebody that I love extremely dearly at the beginning of the week. As usual, I'm not going to go into any details or anything about it because I don't do that because to me that's not fair to um, just to the person, to the family, to anybody. I never post anything personal like that on social media, really about anything, because to me, if I need to talk to you about what I'm going through on that kind of a level, I'm going to talk to you in person via phone or just in a more personal manner. I'm not going to blast it on social media where a bunch of strangers can be like, oh, what happened? Oh, I feel so sorry. I don't want any of that. I think the only post I did on social media about anything to do with it this week was a picture of my cat and saying I'm thankful for him and for Sean for being here in this difficult time. Then that's all that needs to be said. The people that know, and that's all that matters. But it has meant that I have not really been in a place where I really could be at my best to film. I'm still not really in the best of places. This is probably not going to be the longest video. It's more of just an update because I didn't want to go through a whole week without shooting anything because I've found that doing YouTube has been very important for me. I don't know, I feel really freeing just like sitting on here and talking about it, and it's been really interesting in terms of like feedback that I've gotten, especially from family and friends. They always tell me that they love watching my videos because they love hearing me talk, and it's like this different side of me that they didn't know that they see in my videos, which I think is interesting because really and truly, I don't think I'm any different here than I am in person. What I think the big thing is that when I'm making a video on here, I can have an uninterrupted sentence as opposed to in real life. And I'm not saying that in a negative way by any means. All I mean is that when you're talking to somebody like in person, on the phone, whatever, it's a dialogue, it's going back and forth. And when I'm here in front of the camera, it's just me talking. There's no one talking back to me for me to have to change my explanation or try and explain it in a different way or using a different metaphor than maybe I would have otherwise that I think they would understand better. It's just me talking. And also because I am quite the rambler, something that again I do myself, is not because of anyone else. I do myself. I know that I'll try and shorten my story, or I will try and change something about it just to make it more easy, make it more condensed, so that I don't feel like I'm boring them talking about things. And again, on here, I can sit for 20, 30 minutes, whatever, however long I'm sitting, and just get through my thoughts and get through with everything that I want to say. So maybe that's why they think it's something different. I don't know. But yeah, so this week has been pretty bad for me. And so I'm trying to focus a lot on my own mental health and my own, being better thing, because it's so easy to drown in sorrows, and you can't let yourself do it. And I did for the beginning of the week for sure. I barely got out of bed. I was crying constantly. But that was actually also an interesting thing, because one of the things with me is I don't really show emotion very easily. It's one of my issues, but with this one I have a lot. So it's both a good and a bad. This has really hit me like a ton of bricks to the chest, and it feels like they just keep coming. It's not been a fun week, and I don't think it's gonna be much better anytime soon. But I will try and get back to as normal scheduling as I can next week. I might just do 1 week or one video a week until I really get back into things. We'll see. But I mean, it's just, you don't know how to deal with something like this, when something hits you like this. But so yeah, so just doing a little, so instead of doing my story time, because I know I said I was going to do a story time and I was really looking forward to doing a story time, I'm just going to do a little update on just how everything's going and whatnot, because I do want, as I said, I do want to have something out here. I always feel a lot better after I've posted something as opposed to essentially just letting my mental illness take over and not posting anything at all. Just having my coffee too. Tim Hortons mug, but it's not Tim Hortons coffee. One thing I did is I got 2 new tattoos this week. I'm not going to show you one of them because it's on my thigh, and that's how I'm showing it to you. I have shorts on, I don't care. It's that it is extremely red, and it's a tattoo to cover my scars. And what I have noticed is that while it's kind of inflamed because I just got it yesterday, my scars are extremely pronounced. And as I don't want to do anything too triggering on here, I mean, talking about self-harm is one thing, but I don't want to show someone that. So when it all heals up and everything's kind of calmed down again, then I'll either insert a picture because I think I know how to do that now, or I'll show you then. The other one I got is this guy here. For anyone who does not know what this symbol means, it is the semicolon. It is for mental health and suicide awareness. Essentially, again, for anyone who's not great with grammar, a semicolon is something that you use when you are not ready to finish a sentence, but it is long. And so the motto for this symbol is "My story isn't over yet," and it's something that you use, for survivors of suicide, or if you've lost somebody to suicide or anything like that. This is a symbol for suicide prevention, and as someone who has survived it but has also lost many people to it, I've been wanting this symbol for a long time. This is not in correlation to what happened at the beginning of the week. This is something that I've wanted for a very long time. And while I was getting another piece done, my artist was, you know what, the ink's out, let's just do it, and that way you have it and you're happy. And I was quite happy. Just, on my wrist, it's not too small, it's not too big, it's very clear as to what the symbol itself is. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, absolutely ask about it. I have no issue talking to people about it, and that's another reason why I want it where I have it. I do have it so that it's facing me, because I want to have it there as my reminder again that your story isn't over. Like, gotta keep going, gotta keep pushing. But at the same time, it's also in a noticeable spot so that if someone sees it and asks about it, please ask about it. I would love to tell you about it because it is an important topic. And again, with my constant talking and fighting to get, mental health better, and to have people really do something, I'm always happy to talk about it. And if this opens up conversation, I'm here for it. So that's my big progress update this week. It's been tragic, but I'm doing what I can. I've also, when I have been putting on makeup, this is on my second day putting on makeup this week, I have been making an effort to just do a little bit more, like work at my technique a little bit more, make sure my skin is just that much more like finished, or that my lips are like that much more even, that my eye look isn't just like a basic 2 colors and out the door. I've been very focused on, okay, makeup makes you happy. Don't just do your usual routine, do something different. So like today I used a bunch of different mediums and like 3 different palettes, and I know it doesn't look like much, especially with the ring light. One thing I'm fighting with the ring light is that it really, because it brightens everything so much, you don't always necessarily see the detail. I also forgot to put on my inner corner highlight today, but it's okay. I can do that later. But yeah, so not going to be a very, very long video today. There's people in the house, my sister and her boyfriend. I can hear them on the other side of the wall, and I have to get ready to go to my aunt's. I'm going to spend the night there, which is another self-care thing. Just go, hang out, have a glass of wine. We love to play bowling on her Wii, and just do something that makes me smile, makes me happy. I'm trying to be very strict on making sure that I take my medications on time. I know I'm not on a lot, but I have been very, very lax with them, and that tends for me to be the first thing to fall off the wayside. Is I feel bad, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't take anything either. I'll just have my coffee or my tea or my water or whatever the hell is next to my bed, and then I'll barely eat. Because I don't want to leave my room. So I do have some tidying up to do as well, because my room is a little bit messy as I look around. Which isn't to say that I'm used to having a very clean room, as like I think every video in here has seen there's been like stuff everywhere always, but it's a very like kind of like organized chaos as opposed to just chaos, and it is at this point turning to just chaos. So I need to fix that and get it better. I did start bringing some stuff down this morning, but I still have a fair bit to do. But just trying to stay on top of that, you know, having my daily showers, which sounds like a small thing, but it's a huge thing when you feel like crap. Using my skincare, especially right now because I'm breaking out a lot. Actually, one thing that I've noticed in the last 2 years is that I don't really break out based on like things that I eat anymore. But when I'm stressed, I break out really, really bad. Actually, this one little mark here, it's healed now. That's just scarring. That's why it looks like that. That's not a usual pimple at all. That is cyst, and that's something that I get from when I've gone through some kind of trauma or some like high anxiety, extreme stress, too many panic attacks in a row, whatever. I do usually get them on my chest, but I'm not limited to that area. I do get them all over the place. And like I have like a nasty pimple over here and like a nasty one like on my neck here, and they're starting to both like get cystic as well. And it's not from anything I'm eating, because I'm really not eating much. I think it's just because of how emotional I am at the moment, and that's one of the ways that my body kind of deals with things. Is it's very annoying, and something I've talked about. Actually, I don't know if I've talked about it on here as much as I have with like my friends and stuff, is that my body's way of dealing with extreme emotion or anxiety or anything like that, it always comes out in a very physical way, where either I get, you know, cystic acne, I throw up all the time, I can't stomach food, like I can't get out the wash, or like it's always a very physical representation of my mood. It's a very strange thing. And I mean, I know other people that like will react that way, but I'm always like on the extreme side of things, as always. But I mean, you know, that's my life. That's, I think, part of being borderline, is there's no middle ground for us. It's always they're way up here or way down here, and that's just how your life is. You have to try and find a way of balancing that and trying to find some kind of common ground, which feels very impossible most of the time. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this video short. It's not been a good week. I am doing everything I can to make it better. But I do have the funeral to go to on Saturday, so I have a very good feeling that I'm probably not going to want to post at the beginning of next week either. But we will see how it goes, and I will put in the best effort that I can. And even if I do just make a little video like this where I'm just talking about how I feel about stuff, then I mean, that's fine. And maybe I'll show you my leg, because by that point it shouldn't be all red anymore. Because it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. Thank you as always for watching. If you like this video, please hit like. And if you want to see what else I come out with, please hit subscribe. I should be getting my Ipsy soon, so and I think doing just a usual makeup video would be really awesome, so I'll probably do that next week. I hope. We all know that Ipsy likes to arrive literally like at the last day of the month. But anyways, thanks for watching. All right, bye.